Chuck Norris is often remembered as the embodiment of invincibility, a martial arts legend, and a Hollywood action star whose name evokes strength, discipline, and an almost mythic presence. Fans around the world grew up watching him perform seemingly impossible feats on screen, his every punch, kick, and standoff contributing to a persona that appeared untouchable. Yet behind the image of the unstoppable hero lies a deeply human story, one marked by trials, personal sacrifices, and quiet tragedies that few outside his inner circle have ever fully seen. From a young age, Norris's life was shaped by determination, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of excellence in martial arts, a path that demanded enormous physical endurance, emotional resilience, and mental focus. While the accolades, medals, and cinematic achievements painted a picture of unshakable strength, the reality was far more complex. Every victory required countless hours of practice, physical pain endured during training and performance, and a continuous drive to overcome limitations, both personal and professional. Behind the scenes, he faced the pressures of fame, the relentless scrutiny of the public eye, and the high expectations that accompany being a symbol of toughness and perfection. Living under this microscope meant suppressing vulnerability, managing personal hardships privately, and often making difficult choices to maintain the image that audiences adored. This is where the tragedy begins, not in failure or scandal, but in the immense cost of sustaining an extraordinary public persona while navigating the private challenges of life. Beyond the physical strain and the pressures of performance, Norris confronted emotional trials, balancing family life with a demanding career, coping with the loss of friends and mentors, and enduring the mental weight of constant public attention. Those closest to him recall the late nights, emotional sacrifices, and moments of doubt that contrasted sharply with the heroic image seen by fans. The juxtaposition of public invincibility and private vulnerability underscores the profound human complexity of his life, reminding us that even legends are subject to the challenges, disappointments, and heartaches that define the human experience. As the years passed, Norris also faced the inevitable realities of aging and the physical toll of decades in a high-impact career. Injuries, reduced mobility, and the slowing of a body that had once seemed boundless added layers of frustration, reflection, and adaptation. Beyond these personal struggles, he has had to navigate a world where celebrity can intensify isolation. Trust becomes complicated, relationships must be managed carefully, and every choice is viewed through the lens of fame. Yet despite these hardships, Norris demonstrated remarkable resilience, continuing to dedicate himself to family, personal growth, martial arts, philanthropy, and mentorship. He found ways to channel his experience into teaching, inspiring, and empowering others, showing that strength is not only measured by physical feats but also by the ability to confront life's challenges with courage and integrity. The tragedy of Chuck Norris is therefore not rooted in failure, weakness, or scandal, but in the human cost of excellence, the sacrifices, the emotional labor, and the quiet suffering behind the scenes that the public rarely sees. Fans remember the larger-than-life persona, but the man behind it experienced vulnerability, disappointment, and pain just like anyone else. His life story reminds us that resilience is multifaceted. It is as much about enduring personal hardships in silence as it is about achieving visible success. The duality of his existence, a celebrated icon and a private individual navigating loss, pressure, and aging, creates a profound tension, a tragedy that resonates because it reveals the cost of living up to a myth. Understanding this dimension of Chuck Norris adds depth to his legacy, transforming admiration for his physical achievements into empathy for the human being who endured the invisible burdens of fame, performance, and personal responsibility. It is a sobering reminder that legends, no matter how heroic or indestructible they appear, are subject to the same human experiences of suffering, vulnerability, and resilience that shape every life. Ultimately, the tragedy of Chuck Norris is both heartrending and inspiring. Heartrending because it reveals the hidden costs of a life lived in pursuit of greatness under constant scrutiny, and inspiring because it demonstrates the courage, discipline, and endurance required to face those costs with dignity. His journey teaches us that true heroism includes not only extraordinary physical skill but also the emotional strength to navigate the unseen struggles of life, making his story one that will tear you up and leave a lasting impression of the human heart behind the legend.